What up? We're going to be talking about how to be profitable with your advertising. I'm talking about like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, any type of advertising. And can you really be profitable with it? Yes, you can, as long as you don't quit and you have a plan, which I'm going to be talking to you about in today's episode. Let's get it. I spent the last 14 years playing over 1,000 shows, touring 22 different countries, and become a top 40 Billboard charting artist. I fired my record label to go out on my own as an independent artist to market and release my own music, selling thousands of albums and millions of streams. The question I always get is, how did I do it without a label and sell even more music? This podcast is here to show you the way. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share marketing strategies to grow my music business and a loyal fan base. So I got an email about a week ago from one of you guys, or girls. I think it was a girl actually. And she was asking about, is it possible to be profitable with Facebook and YouTube advertising? And at first, it's not that I got annoyed, but because I was like, are you kidding me? Like, of course you can. But I remember that was the exact same question I used to ask back in the day, is like, can I actually be profitable doing this? If I put money in, will I get money out? And from my experience back in the day, like I would spend my own money to promote my records and my albums, my songs, when I didn't even own them, like the label owned them, and I would still like put all this money in. And it's because I owned the rights for the rest of the world except the US, but the US was like the freaking biggest market. That's where all the money and the sales were really being generated. But I would put it in and I'd be like trying to figure it out, like boosting posts and running YouTube ads. And I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a strategy. And so it was really frustrating. And so I just want you to know, I feel your pain and I get it. And if you don't, know how to be profitable with it, I'm going to share some ideas today. And, boosting posts helped, especially when the album's releasing or the single's releasing or the music video and you got a link to your streaming page or your download page. And that's great. That's all good stuff. Yes, you can be profitable on that. Like, look, you boost a post for an album for $10 to your iTunes page, okay? If you got the targeting right, or you boosted to the fans that already like you, which they're the most, most likely customers or fans to buy your music because they already know about you, okay? So you need to know that whenever you do advertising, boosting to people that already follow you on Instagram or Facebook or subscribe to your YouTube page, they're the people that are most likely to buy. So say I boost a post for $10 or $20 promoting my new album, okay, and it's $9.99 or $7.99 on iTunes, okay, so I only need to make 1 or 2 sales to make that money back, okay? But remember, a customer that buys once is most likely going to buy again. And I heard this quote, and I want to share it to you guys, is that amateurs focus on the front end and professionals focus on the back end. And what is the back end? Well, the back end is the people that know that the fans are going to buy again. They're going to buy the next album. They're going to come to the concert. They're going to buy the t-shirt. They're going to support the Kickstarter campaign. So maybe I'm not profitable right away, but maybe I'm profitable 30 days down the road because I got a show now or because I've got something else going on to follow that up. And so my question to you is, when you're doing your marketing or YouTube advertising, are you just trying to sell the one song or the one album, or do you have a plan to sell them something else? Maybe you don't have anything else. That's fine. Well, maybe you got instrumentals. Have you done the instrumental album yet and released that so that there's something else for people to buy? Do you have a show coming up, or even if it's an online show, or do you have an acoustic show or something that you can follow up with this people, or a shirt? Like, geez, even just use one of those print-on-demand sites so that you don't even have to print your own, but at least you have something, to follow it up with. And this is where I see a lot of artists fall flat on their face, and including myself, is like, once I make the sale, I don't have a plan to follow it up and to reach out to my customers and to my fans and stay in contact with them and really understand what lifetime value of a customer is. Okay, and I'm going to get a little detailed here, but I want you to stay with me. If it costs you $10 to get a new fan to buy your music, and you even break even on that, it's cost you $10 to make a $10 sale on iTunes or enough Spotify streams or whatever you want to call it, or YouTube streams, okay? But remember, maybe even if you break even, now you've got a new fan. And that doesn't include all the other people that went and streamed it and you made money on, and more awareness. And then, in the next 30 or 60 days, you made the money back because then you played a show and they came to the show and you're making money, And so I really want to encourage you, like, when you're working your day job, like, don't worry about being profitable right at the beginning. Another strategy I teach with this is the whole free plus shipping offer, where, I ask fans, I say the CD is free, just cover the shipping and handling, and I'll ship you the CD. And I lose money on the front end, but then I have upsells selling them USB keys, other CDs, digital downloads, so that I make money on the back end. Okay, and when people opt in, okay, when they give me their name and email address to sign up for this, then once I got their name and email address, I've written at least 30 to 40. I might even have 50 emails pre-written that's taking them on a journey like a freaking story. I'm not trying to sell them all the time, but I'm telling them about my music, giving them links to my music videos, my SoundCloud, my Spotify, sharing stories about how I wrote the music. And I've written all these emails, and sometimes I pepper in, hey, do you got this CD yet? Do you got that yet? And I try and sell them more stuff. And we call this a funnel. We call this a sales system. And I teach more about this at smartmusicbusiness.com/free funnel. Okay, you can have one of my funnels for free, where you literally just give your music away for free, okay, for in exchange for a name and an email address. And then you try and upsell them more stuff. Okay, it's a very simple, and we do this. How do we do this? How do we give away our music? Advertising, running Facebook ads, running Instagram ads. And there's two type of ads that you need to be running, okay? There's one ad where it's just like an awareness ad, okay? And these are to new fans that don't know you. Okay, and maybe you're trying to get them to like your page, or maybe you're doing a video views ad and you've got a custom audience, okay? And then you're running another ad which is more salesy, okay? It's more hardcore sales to buy your music, and you're retargeting those people that now know you. Okay, and so that's how I would run Facebook ads profitably, or YouTube ads for that matter, or any type of ad strategy. But the cheapest and the most profitable, and where I got that email was using Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, all the same stuff, okay? And honestly, it's pennies on the dollar, and if you're not doing this yet, you need to test it, you need to try it, but you need to write down, okay, what's my plan going to be? What's my strategy going to be for this? Because if it's just to try and get the one sale and then that's it, that's why we're going broke as artists, is because we don't have a plan to follow it up. Like, you even look at retail, man. Like, I'm recording this in the summer. They've had the winter planned in retail, like what they're going to be selling this Christmas, for months and months and months. All the Christmas songs are already written in August most of the time for any albums that are coming out. Like, everything is always so planned in advance, okay? Because a lot of people know that all these Christmas shows and television specials and all this stuff are getting planned months and months and months in advance. And so you always want to be ahead of the game, and you always want to be thinking like, okay, where do I want to be 4 or 5 months from now? What is my budget? What am I willing to spend? What am I willing to lose to invest? And I won't even call it lose, but what am I willing to invest to grow my career and learn this stuff and understand that it's a journey, and where do I want to be? And what am I going to do to get there? Like, I've got a new album coming out, and so we've got a budget. We've got a plan in place to spend money on advertising, and then how to recoup it. Okay, and a label does this as well too. That's why they always want to sign you for more than just one album, because they know that they might not recoup on the first album. It's very risky, but they know if you do a second album and you're touring, then there's a good chance that they're going to make their money back. And then hopefully even on the third album, because you've got even more fans, then they know they'll make even more. A label doesn't sign you because for 3 albums or 4 or 5 albums because they like you so much. It's because, no, they want to lock you down, and that they know they want to make a return on their investment from all the advertising they're going to spend. So I want you to think like a label, and that that, okay, the first album or the first song, I might not make my money back, but it's because I know I'm going to sell more stuff in the long run, and then I'm going to be profitable. Like, does it really matter to you if you're profitable right at the beginning and making money? And I might sound rude or right, like I would want to be profitable, of course, right? But at the end of the time, like if you know you're going to get there and you're going to have a sustainable career, then what does it matter? It's like, okay, let's just invest this. Let's get this machine going. Let's get that fan base built. Let's do everything for the music and just get it out there and have a plan and try to do the best I can to recoup that money, be smart and everything like that. But just to say, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure this out. Okay. One site I want you to go to is smartmusicbusiness.com/free funnel. Okay, where I give you there's nothing for sale there. It's just a free funnel teaching you how to give away your music and create the pages and stuff like that so you can give away your music and then do more upsells. Of course, I've got the Facebook courses and YouTube ads, YouTube accelerator showing you how to do stuff. Like YouTube is literally a gold mine, an untapped gold mine. It's not as easy to set up an ad on YouTube as it is Facebook. Facebook has made it ridiculously simple, but I truly believe those that get YouTube dialed in and you've got good videos and you've got music for sale and you can do like a free plus shipping and just build a brand. It's even cheaper is basically, and the opportunity is freaking huge. And I think video views, like when people can see you and see your brand, it's just like a more powerful thing. And it just connects with the audience better. I think that because they're searching, they're more engaged, they're looking for music, especially if someone's typing in Eminem or they're typing in Drake or Fall Out Boy or something like that. They're typing that in because they're trying to look for that music. That's a different type of person than someone randomly scrolling on Facebook and then they see your ad. Sure, maybe you've targeted someone who likes Eminem or you've targeted someone who says they like Fall Out Boy or something like that, but it's still different than someone who's in YouTube and typing, hey, Linkin Park song or Taylor Swift song. It's a different type of intent that they're there for. I hope that makes sense to you guys. It's like they're looking, it's kind of like you standing out front of the music store or the music section in a CD store that doesn't really exist anymore. But imagine someone's going to go look at a Linkin Park CD or an Eminem CD, but then you stand there and say, hey, if you're a fan of Linkin Park or Eminem, you might want to check out this CD first before you buy that. That's literally what you're doing with when you do a YouTube ad. It's similar with Facebook, but they're not going into a CD store. They're just walking in the mall. They're just walking around looking at all kinds of stuff, and then you're doing the same thing. You're like, hey man, what are you doing? Have you heard of Manifest? Have you heard of this band? Whatever the name of your band is or your music, hey, check them out. And that's literally what you're doing with Facebook and YouTube advertising. And you can do it in a cool way where it's just you're sharing the story behind your music, and it's a music video or a lyric video or just some dope piece of art. And that's what our music videos are. That's what our lyric videos are. That's what this content is. It's art. And you're putting it in front of people. And so honestly, you belong there. People love that stuff. People love to go to shows. They love to see stuff. And as long as you've put in a good effort into your music, into your video, into whatever it is you've created, if you've put in a good effort and it's quality and it's great, well, then you're going to get shares too, and you're going to get likes. And I'm just thinking about this as I'm talking about it, but it's literally when someone shares or likes their music, again, let's look at the whole mall thing here. Someone's walking in the mall and then they see it, they hear music, and then they say, hey, John, hey, check this out. Have you heard this guy yet? Oh, it's really dope. That's what they're literally doing digitally by hitting share or commenting or liking and stuff like that. So again, you get direct feedback as well too. And I got to be honest, some of the stuff I've seen some artists do, it's like the quality's terrible. And you expect people to buy your stuff and to love it and stuff, and you can tell you did not put a big effort into it. You spent $5 on Fiverr for a cover that looks terrible. You can tell the lighting or the music video that you shot in your home studio or whatever just isn't really all that great. And it's like, man, I'm not saying you can't do that stuff, but like, man, spend the extra, get some lights, or get a little bit better of a camera, and put some effort into this so that we can package your music in the most professional way, so that people will be like, oh, this artist is serious. It's fine to be indie and stuff like that, but you still want to be really pro, because we want to stand up to the the other artists, the Eminems and the Drakes and the Taylor Swifts and whatever other band that you can think of, and because, like, honestly, like with TuneCore or CD Baby, where you can distribute your music, you can put your music on the exact same platforms with them. Well, and we can market the same way, except for radio, of course, but every other way, digital platform. Why not do our best to make it look like it belongs there, like you belong there? Let's put the effort in. And if you don't got the money, do the best you can with what you got. Creativity will go farther than a big budget. If you just got like one amazing creative idea, that will go way further than some massive budget. I'll take a great idea, a great location, with passion, than some big budget. I've seen big budgets just do nothing compared to a great idea. So, hey, I dropped a whole bunch of stuff on you there. Hope that was helpful. Make sure you go to smartmusicbusiness.com/free funnel and get that sales funnel there for you. That'll help you out. Cheers.
Thanks so much for listening. Please remember to leave a review. I love seeing all your comments, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. If you want to work with me one-on-one and you just need that personal coaching, you want me to listen to your music or have a strategy session just to talk about marketing your music or planning the next few months or even years of your career, and you just want some expert advice, book a time with me right now. Go to smartmusicbusiness.com/coaching and you can book a 60-minute session with me. Go to smartmusicbusiness.com/coaching.